My wife and I were living in LA. We wanted to buy a house and start a family. Driving toward Ventura was the only direction out of LA that I liked. As with so many people, I think the combination of communities and open space and agriculture is attractive. It's just a beautiful place. I'm a land use planner by training. In 2003, I ran for the city council in Ventura, primarily because I thought we needed to promote and encourage some of the ideas of smart growth that I've been promoting in my professional life. The 80s was really the time when slow growth ballot measures around the state became common. We began to see limits on the amount of development, the number of houses, things like that. We began to see ballot measures seeking not to restrict the numerical amount of growth, but rather the geographical expanse of growth. And Ventura County is probably the only county in the country that has voter-created urban growth boundaries. There was in particular a major project proposed in Somas that would have been a very large subdivision of 1-acre lots. Although the Ventura SOAR came first, the impetus for the county-wide SOAR largely came out of that situation in Somas. And the other was the general response to sprawl, and especially to the traffic that sprawl created. That led to a significant political response where people in almost every city realized, I like my community and I want to keep that. We don't want to become Orange County. It was never positive, it was all negative. We moved here because it's not the Valley. I'll never forget a letter to the editor in the Star one day in the middle of the SOAR debate, where the letter writer was furious about the possibility of higher density infill development. And this is a direct quote because I'll never forget it. The letter writer said, "The purpose of SOAR is not to generate high density development. The purpose of SOAR is to rid the county of excess people." And I always wondered which people he thought were excess. I think originally the SOAR advocates weren't looking 30 or 50 years ahead. They were looking 10 or 20 years ahead and saying, these boundaries will be fine for now. So one of the problems with ballot box zoning or putting land use measures on the ballot is that it's a yes or no. The voters vote for SOAR or they vote against it. Land use doesn't work that way. Land use is subtle, it's nuanced, it requires a lot of trade-offs and compromises. I think we have to stop thinking about land use separately from economic development. One of the interesting sidelights, I think, that doesn't often get talked about is that the SOAR boundaries, especially in some cities, limited the amount of land available for industrial, for warehouse, and for factories. Ventura still struggles today with companies. A lot of people want to be in Ventura. It's viewed as an attractive community, a lot of business owners. If you start a business in Ventura, particularly an industrial business, it's almost impossible to scale it up. We can make headway on the housing problem by increasing densities. We can't solve the factory problem without expanding the boundaries in at least some cities. The difficulty in trying to create an income ladder in Ventura County comes from where is the space inside the boundaries for the jobs that need to be created. We think about tourism and we think about agriculture, and we don't think about the upward ladder of mobility and the skilled jobs that are going to create that prosperity. We need to figure out how to create more prosperity and how to make sure that everybody in the county shares in that prosperity.